Thank you, Madam President. I'm here today as a voice for our veterans and career military service members. Since I came to Congress in 2001, I have served on the Veterans Affairs Committee, both in the House and the Senate, and have continuously fought to uphold the promises that we have made with the men and women who served on behalf of our nation. I am continually looking for opportunities to improve their lives of our veterans who have served honorably and have sacrificed, sometimes with their lives, in support of our country. They deserve every benefit that they've earned and what we have promised them, but they have suffered a grave injustice in this body. Late last year, the Senate, without my support, agreed to a budget that cut retirement benefits of our veterans, reducing the cost of living adjustment. I certainly could not support this provision. Veterans and the American people are rightly upset. I want to share some of the letters that I've received from our veterans and other Arkansans. David Mullins from Jonesboro wrote, "I'm a 20-year veteran of the United States Army. I retired as a sergeant first class. I am currently drawing military retirement. I joined the Army when I was 18 years old, and I wouldn't do anything different. Even though it was very hard at times, I know that was what I was supposed to be doing. Less than 1% of the American population serves in the military, and of those, only about 13% actually retire with 20 years or more of service. We are talking about less than 0.02% of the population. It is really appalling that after sacrificing my freedoms to protect those of my fellow citizens, this is how we are treated. America is out of touch." I agree with David. In a letter I sent to the Armed Services Committee leadership in the House and Senate, I equated retirement compensation cuts to reaching into these individuals' retirement accounts and taking that money from them. This is unconscionable. Diane from Hot Springs, Arkansas said in a letter, "I am truly disgusted by the New Deal that cuts military pensions, but doesn't touch benefits for any of the politicians. I would have no problems if it was across the board cut. This is the best example of what is wrong with our government. Cut benefits for those that make real sacrifices for their country. They take lower pay and separation from family." I agree with Diane. It is not fair. Our veterans shouldn't be the ones bearing the burden for irresponsible spending. We need to cut spending and put our country on the path to fiscal responsibility, but it should not come at the expense of our nation's military retirees. These are the only Americans who are being asked to sacrifice under the budget agreement. It's wrong to single out our service members for what amounts to $6 billion over 10 years, representing a 0.02% reduction. We need to right this wrong so our military retirees and their families have one less thing to worry about. Terry Williamson from Jacksonville, Arkansas wrote, "I just retired from 26 years of active duty, serving my country in the Air Force. I must say I was shocked and disappointed to learn that the pay of retirees are being offered up to be reduced by 1% cost of living as part of the budget deal. I feel that I have lived up to and beyond my part in serving my country. I have not even received my first retirement check, and yet already my government is shortchanging me and all veterans who have served and fulfilled their end of the deal. Defending this great nation, I ask you to do what you can to not allow this to happen to a small portion of society that gave more to their country than most. Terry, we're working to make sure you get the full retirement you earned. We're seeking ways to undo this cut and fully restore military pay. In January, Congress took the first step towards restoring veterans' COLAs with the passage of the Omnibus Appropriations Bill. This exempted medically retired disabled veterans and survivors from the COLA reductions. But there's more work to do. The good news is that we're on your side. Senator Ayotte introduced the Keeping Our Promises to Our Military Heroes Act that repeals the COLA reduction for all military retirees, and I'm certainly proud to support that legislation. Arkansans want Congress to fully restore military retiree benefits as soon as possible, and I'm committed to raising this priority at every possible opportunity until justice is realized for these military families. While there's been much discussion about restoring these benefits in future legislation, this should be done at the earliest opportunity in order to provide certainty for our military's retirees' financial future. To our nation's military retirees, I'm committed to this fight. You've earned these benefits. Congress must correct the wrong and restore your full retirement pay. And as always, thank you for your service to